Hello everyone, welcome to this amazing tutorial. So on the class for today, I'm going to be showing you how to sew your corset pattern that you've cut. So after cutting the pattern, you place your pattern on your fabric and you cut them into two. You know, on the cutting class, I showed you how to draft the pattern and you're not folding the fabric into two. So when you're cutting it, you're cutting two of each of the pieces. So this is just one part. I've already gone ahead to sew the other parts. So I'm using a skin net for this one. So you can see I doubled the net to make it a little bit thick. If it's a fabric, I'm going to add ST to it. I'm going to add ST, or some people call it canvas, to it to make it thicker. Or you can also add chest wadding, which is pad. So I'll show you an example of it. So this is the cut area that I've done after cutting the pattern. I applied ST first of all to it. Then I'm going to apply the ST is the lighter interfacing. When you go to the market, just check for the lighter interfacing. It's called ST. It's very soft, like lining. Then this is chest wadding. This one is a little bit thicker than this other one. If you don't have this one at hand, you can make use of this one. You can double it or triple it or anyhow to make it thicker. But for this body side, you can add only this canvas to it. You don't need this one. But if you don't have this one, you can use this one. But you don't necessarily need it. So I'm going to join all the pieces together and I'll show you how it looks after this. Alright, so I've gone ahead to join all the sides together. So this is what you get once you're done. So I'm going to go to my ironing table and iron the side seam open. I'm going to iron the side seam open. And I'll bring it back when I'm done ironing. Then for this cup area, after attaching my interfacing, which is my canvas, I'm going to attach this chest wadding as I've said before. I'm going to go ahead and gum it. To know the side that I'm gumming is this side that is shiny, that you gum on the fabric. Alright, I've gone ahead to iron the chest wadding on the fabric. So I've also gone ahead to iron this open, as you can see. So this is a skin net. So when you're ironing, if you're using a skin net, for example, use another cloth to cover it before placing your iron so it will not scatter your hard work. So I'll put this one aside. Let me show you how to achieve the perfect cup. So these two sides, when you cut your pattern, these two sides, after cutting it, if you notched it and notched it up, then you sew. Just place them together and make sure that they both align together when sewing. Just basically like breast tube if you're sewing breast tube before. So I'm just going to So this is how it is. Make sure that when you're sewing, you're covering your hand a little bit. It's not like a straight cut that you just sew a straight line. So you have to be covering your hand a little bit. So I'm going to be leaving it a notch. So I've notched it. So I'm going to iron it now. To iron this bra cup, what you do is you get this stuff. This is called a breast ball. So you can make it yourself or you can buy it. It's also called breast arm. So I'm going to place it like so, and I'll iron the seam open with my iron. So after placing it like this, I'll open the seam and I'll press it to make it relax. Then after pressing it, you can even include a canvas. You can put canvas on it to gum it, so this place will not be coming up if it's not well relaxed. But after ironing, it should be well relaxed. Then when it's well relaxed, you flip it to this other side. You place your iron and iron it. So I'm going to go ahead to do that, and I will bring it and show you what I've done. Alright, so I've gone ahead to iron it open, and you can see it's very relaxed. So one thing I did not say, if you don't have this breast ball, you can make it. I'm going to be showing you how to make it, a tutorial later on how to make it. You can check on my YouTube page. So after ironing it, you can see that it's well relaxed. Ensure not to iron ordinary, like putting it on the table and ironing it, or putting it on wherever you iron. Always make sure that you are using this breast ball when ironing your cup. It makes it curvy. Even without adding your bra cup, it already has that curvy shape. I'm going to put my bra cup. This is size 38. Size 38 bra cup. Then in our previous video, I asked you guys to get a cup that is 2 inches bigger than your actual cup. Now this is also another size 38 bra cup. Now the difference between these two is this one is deeper than this other one. So when I made that video of you guys getting bra cup, I've not noticed this one, or I've been seeing it, but I've not been seeing it from my supplier for some time. So this one is the one that is not too curvy. This is just normal bra cup that you find everywhere. Then this one is curvy. Now this one, you don't need to put a dart or anything to make it curvy. It's already curvy. But if peradventure you have this one already, let's say your size 38 and you got 2 inches bigger, size 40, what you're going to do is you're going to open it up and fold it together like this. Then you're going to make a dart. Let me pin the side so it's not opening. You're going to sew a dart like half inches here, and then you curve it a little bit to the bottom. So I'm going to show you how it's going to look like. Alright, so as you can see how curvy it looks now. You iron it with your breast ball to remove the sharpness of it. See how curvy it looks like. When I didn't find this one, this is the one I normally use, and it also gives me the same good results. So check out the two. See, now it's looking like the same thing. So to know the difference between this one and this one is without this dart. This one is not deep. It's not that deep, and the sides are very tiny. Sides are tiny. The foam is not thick, and it's just so flat. When you remove this dart now, this dart was not there. If you open it, it's just going to be flat. That's why you see most people corsets will be just flat and it's not curvy. Unlike this one is deep, very very deep. You can feel it inside. Then the sides are very very wide. Sides are very wide. The foam is also thick. There's also another type that has push up, but I can't find that one. but this one will also work for you. So I'm going to put my bra cup on it and sew all around. So as you can see, I have sewn the up around it. So this is how it's looking. So isn't it gorgeous? So I'm just going to press it again to make it relax very well. So I'm going to be sewing in bony channels so I can insert the bones to it. So I cut 1.5 inches that I'll use to bias it, and that's what's going to be our bony channel. So I'm going to just, you can sew it on the inside, you can sew it on the outside, however you want to. However you want your bony channels to show, you can also make it invisible. So here I would like to do it on the outside. So what I'm just going to do, just going to sew it like normal bias. Just going to do it like normal bias. So I'm just going to sew in the bony channels with this 1.5 inches wideness of strip that I've cut. So what I'm going to do is, on one side of the seam allowance, I will sew 1/2 inch. Then after sewing it, I'm going to turn it like so. This excess space, I'll fold it into two. Fold it into two, and then I'll cover this other place that I've sewed. I'll cover it on top. You can decide to make it wide or very, very tiny. You can fold it 3 times depending on how wide your plastic bone is. My plastic bone is just 1/2 inch, so I'm going to be folding it 2 times and then fold again to cover this sewing here. So see how it looks now. Then, because this is a skin net, when I wear it to my body, I don't want this side seam to show. So once I'm done, I'm just going to trim out this side seam. I'm just going to trim it out. So I'll continue again sewing the bias. I'll go off camera and do the remaining sides. Then when I'm done, I'll press it with my iron to make it relax. Then insert my plastic bone on it. Alright, so I've gone to press it with my iron and the front piece is now relaxed. So this is the front part and this is the back. In this back area, I'm going to turn, this place is where the loophole is going to be. So I'm going to turn the sides of the loophole. So after turning it, I'm going to iron it, open it up and iron it to be well relaxed. Right, so I've gone ahead to iron it and it's well relaxed now. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to sew half an inch space where I'll be inserting my bone, and after I insert the bone, the eyelet is going to be after the bone. Now the bone is going to be here, the eyelet will be after the bone if you're fixing the eyelet. But if you're using a loophole, like using bias to create a loophole, then you don't necessarily need to put bone again. But I prefer the one with eyelet and the bone here, but that's when it snatches very well. Alright, now see how it looks. I have sewn a space where I'll put in my bone. Always make sure that the amount of space that you're going to sew should be enough to contain your bone. It should not be bigger, it should not be smaller. It should just be the exact to contain your bone. You can just put your bone on top and see, okay, this is just the exact. I'm going to be inserting the boning for the front bodice. So to insert your boning, you make a curve, like to curve it a little bit with your scissors, or if you have a lighter, closer to you, you can just burn the tip. Then you insert it. You can insert it like so, or you can insert it like so. But I prefer to insert it like this because I'm still going to press it with iron, so it's going to be relaxed and straight. So you just pass it through the casing. Then make sure that the distance between the edge to your bone should be like half or half and quarter inches, and also for the bottom, so you don't sew on top of your bone. So you are still going to curve the bottom part of your bone, or like I said, you can use lighter. So these are it is. Then when you press it, it's just going to be relaxed. So this is how it looks. I'm going to do the same for the back body. Then after inserting it for the back, I'm going to go to my ironing table and press it, my iron, to make it flat and straight. Alright, so after ironing, it should be this flat. So next up, I'm going to be joining the cup to the body. So we join it from this edge to the other edge, because this small part of the cup is what is going to be at this side, and this white part is on this side. So I'm just going to pin it all around and sew. Alright, so you want to make sure that it is equal on this area and the other area. So that's why I first of all pin it before sewing it, because if I sew it ordinary like that, maybe one side might be wider than the other side. So I'm going to sew it all around. So alright, so I've already sewn it. this is how it looks. So I'm going to do the same for the other cup. Right, so I finished joining the cup to the front body. Then so I'm going to be turning this cup area with the lining. So if this were a normal dress, if I'm using a normal fabric, if I'm not using mesh for this body and I'm using a normal material like velvet, satin or another fabric, after cutting the pattern on the fabric, I'll also cut the same pattern on the lining. Then same way I cut the cup lining, I'm going to sew the cup lining and the body's lining the way I've sewn this one. Then after sewing it like so, I'll just turn it. I'll put my yoke and then I turn all the sides, just like when you're sewing your normal dress tube or your normal princess cut, whatever. But since this one is a mesh, I cannot put lining on top of it. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. I'm going to turn the upper part of the cup. So as you can see, I have turned the upper part of the cup, and I also went ahead to top stitch it. So like this now is not relaxed. So if you have any gum, I'm going to be showing you ways you can make it to be relaxed after sewing. So if you have this hemming gum, you can sew with it when you're turning the cup. So afterwards you go to iron it and press it to make it gum. This is one way, but this way is not so effective, but just one way that you can try. Maybe you iron my gum and it might not remove, or you top stitch it to make it show at the front. But that top stitching one, I don't really like it. Sometimes I don't want to top stitch, sometimes I want to top stitch. So you can also use this glue gum and use it to apply here. I'm using it like this because it's almost finished. Then we draw it to gum. So I've ended it already with my gum. I made it of this one, B6000, but you can also use candle gum if you have available. So next thing, I'm going to add my yoke of camera. I'm going to add my yoke of camera. Then after doing that, I'll shape it. But before then, we need to wrap the cup area. So what I'm going to do first off, I'm going to sew this bottom part inside. I'm going to sew it like so. I'm going to sew it down. Then after sewing it, I'll come up with this lining and fold it, then top stitch it on the one that I've already folded. Alright guys, so that is how to make your corsets. Any other part left out on this video is just to add your yoke, fix your sleeve, and then shape your corset dress to your exact measurements. So if you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Also, please feel free to follow this channel, and you can also share this video to your friends, to your social media, to enable more persons to see it. And one more thing, please put on your notification bell to be notified whenever I drop a new video. So if you guys are interested in any other tutorials that you find difficult, you can drop it on the comment section and I'll look into it. Thank you guys. See you next time.